So good morning.
Good morning.
First time I am actually meeting a person like a leader of the opposition, and that also is a very young youth Sargo. So देव बरें करूं पयले सुवातेर युरी बाब.
तुकाय देव बरें करूं.
या इज जायते पॉलिटिकल घोडामोडीचेर जे लोकांचो पल्स आसता जायतो हांव तितून इनवॉल्ड आसता. And there are a lot of questions जी म्हाका फुडो करचो पडटा. So as an activist, that seat I take it differently, but as a person who is interacting with the politicians or professionals, my way of looking at it is a little different. My approach to questions also is different for professionals and the politicians. So, पहिले स्वाते Yuri Bab, people know you as Bab Zokoznaya Chado, Zokozin, not even Jokim. Rokozin, yeah. So, but who is Yuri from childhood till date? Yeah, I'm just going to look up. Let them know. Being a leader of the opposition, I think people should know you right from childhood till date. And what was your journey like?
So, see, from childhood, I was, my parents were Yuri Alemao and Debbie Alemao, my mum. We are 4 siblings. My elder brother, Raz Alemao, after which I was born. Then I have a sister, Raisa Alemao, who is a lawyer by profession, practicing in the High Court. My brother's done his MBA. He's looking after our business. My sister is an onco radiologist who was a topper in Karnataka University. Right now she's practicing with her husband. I have 2 kids. My wife Melissa, who's from Raya, and 2 kids. Son Abraham was 3 years old, and Chloe. Right from childhood, if you look, आमी आमचे घराण्यान पॉलिटिक्स बारीकशे आमी चोयलेले आसा. Born in a joint family, and all the brothers, I think we were about 18 cousins living together.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 18 of us. And it was a decision that my father took in 1999 after that he planned to shift out, and we stayed into another house. Living as a joint family definitely was quite challenging also, but it brought us together. Right from a young age, I was first in Monavickers, then went to Loyola's, I was in Chogles, then I decided to fly and do my commercial pilot training in Australia. So the journey has been, possibly my mentor should be my father, with the way he struggled for in every politics apart to give us the best of education, to get the family together. He played a very important vital role, helped the family overall financially as well. So Yuri Alemao was the brain, I could say. And looking very closely, my uncles, say Churchill, Roosevelt, Seabro, Kennedy, Alvenas, they all had different personalities. But when they were as brothers, they were strong. Several movements you must have seen, Konkani movement, several other movements that happened in the state. So definitely that was the influence that I had, but I am an introvert, I'm not an extrovert. And when I decided to come from Australia, I had an engine failure. That is when my dad said that you have to pack your bags. And I came to Goa in 2005-06, decided to expand our family business. That is when I started, I moved with my father at a very young age, I remember, possibly 13 or 14, when he was MLA. I used to come attend in this house. So I have always seen these debates, and I never thought that I would enter politics, but the condition as such was that after I had the engine failure, as I said, And my father felt that I should be grounded. In that sense, I started working in Sange, and my dad was the guardian minister. A lot of things happened. I did a lot of work. They lost by wafer thin margin, and there was a huge anti-Congress wave, you can say, at that time. I lost with just 400 votes. Technically 200 odd votes, I would have won. ते सगळें चोयल जाल्यार मागीर ते सोशल वर्क कंटिन्यू उरलें आनीक 2022 I decided to plunge into politics. आनीक कुंकोळकारांनी सदांच आमचेर पयलींच्या आमच्या फॅमिलीचेर खास करून म्हज्या डॅडीचेर विश्वास दवरलो आनी त्याच पद्दतीन आमकां आमदार केलें आनी देवाच्या आशिर्वादान आमी विरोधी पक्ष नेते जाले. So this has been the journey in a short span of time. I got married in 2015 to my wife, and I've got 2 kids, daughter Chloe, who is 9 years old, and a son, Abraham, who is 3 years old.
Oh, nice. Very, not only a smooth journey, I would say, as a young child, but at the same time, it won't be wrong if I say it would be difficult for you to match with your father. Those old days, I mean, I was also very young, and I don't know whether you remember when we discussed. I think Braz was that when he was young.
Yeah.
I was introduced to your family through Farrell Furtado and your mom Debbie.
Yes.
What's her full name?
Debbie and Rodriguez.
Debbie and Rodriguez. So I remember then when they came, they met me, and I had some interaction with Braz in those days. But it is going to be not so easy to come to that level with your father. If you look into that tenure, I am from your neighboring constituency, Veli. And I remember that time, first time, what very striking was, त्यातनं त्या शिमटी रोस्त म्हणून स्टार्ट केले. At least in that Kunkoli was the first one which had cemented road, and it was like a कितें म्हणटा ते aeroplane runway चालवली त्या दोन. Later on, things might have not lasted as it was expected to. Of course, today's roads are not lasting even for a year sometimes. But that road, when I saw, I said, this is the man with a vision. And literally, there are some things you can look at it that I should compliment, like that Kunkali Municipal, that market, then that bus stand, Kadamba, that also during your dad's tenure. And then street lighting, I remember that ornamental lights, that was something, it was looking like Singapore in those days. Yeah. So that's good about it. How you feel as a leader of the opposition at this young age? I think probably you could be the youngest.
First of all, that you got to certain references about the cement road and the development that took place in Kunkoli. First, when my dad was elected, 2002 to 2004, he was in the opposition. And he fought for several things. The BJP was ruling. I remember as a young child, I've seen several governments being thrown out. But 2004, the BJP was thrown out of power. Manohar Parrikar was thrown out of power. The operation happened at my residence in Varka. Manohar Parrikar or the BJP was thrown out of power from there. Everything happened. I remember our observers, Priya Ranjan Daspunchi, Margaret Alva, entire Congress, all of them were basically for 2 days staying at my house. And at that time, when 2004 or 2005 to 2012 was a golden period for Kunkoli, massive amount of development, roads that lasted much more than their defect liability period. Development in the sense of market complex, hall, every ward had community centers, the bus stop that won an award at the national level. And this was possible definitely because he had the vision. But the irony was that from 2012 to 2022 ह्या 10 वर्सांनी तेजे मेंटेनन्स पासून तेमी सारके करूंक ना. The first priority of this project that were taken is I tried to maintain the ground that is now maintained, the bus stop. Today the hall that was built is almost tendered as GSIDC. Several other community halls. So we are looking at maintaining these projects that had a purpose. Coming back to me being leader of opposition. So how mare ek destiny, I believe in destiny. As of now, I thought I would never be, first of all, in the state. I thought that I would be elsewhere. I wanted a decent job flying. In 17, after my dad lost by 17 votes, basically 34, Sotrapada Jikpasa. Before that, allegations ale, family raj, ani kide kide. And I thought that maybe it's not my destiny. But 22 जेन्ना आमी आमदार जाले, आमी पहिले आमचे काँग्रेस पक्षान. I never expected it, but they made me the working president at a young age. And I felt that I have to take this responsibility because coming from the public field. Then the party, after the defections, the party made me the leader of opposition. And after being leader of opposition, my approach was Goa-centric. It is not very easy. The journey, it's been a crown full of thorns, as you can see. But whatever way, with the limited amount of, I could say, limited amount of people around me. Because when you say leader of opposition, you will always have 10, 12, 14 MLAs around you. Today we operate as the opposition in 7 from different political parties, but 3 within the Congress party. So it's not very easy to actually steer something, but by God's grace, we stick to what is in the merit. I believe I should not hit below the belt on things that are not true. I believe that logically, after studying a subject, after making sure that we plan to expose the system. I remember various leader of oppositions in the past, Pratap Singh Rane, Digambar Bab Kamath, Babu Kaudekar, several people. And when you watch inspiration in a way, I was always inspired by several other leader of opposition in the other states as well. So our leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, say for instance, today is definitely doing a marvelous job moving across the country, across various issues. So definitely it's always something that we need to learn. It's a learning process. Yes, I'm young and I want to learn. I'm eager to learn. I must have made mistakes. But in democracy, I believe सगळ्यांक एक अधिकार आसा आनी ते जेन्ना हो सरकार प्रयत्न करता अधिकार आमचो स्टिफल करपाक, वॉयस स्टिफल करपाक. As opposition, it is my duty to take everyone along. And when we fight there in the assembly, in that particular when the secretariat, I believe that it is important that we understand we are Goenkars first. You can either be in the opposition or the ruling. You cannot be on the fence. So it's definitely quite a journey. Not very easy. A lot to learn. Maybe my past experience of interacting with with officers, with my father, that has definitely helped. But not an easy job.
Now these are all goody things. Now let me come to the other dark side which we look at it.
Yes.
As people from the Goan society who are connected with politics. आणि हेजेर एक 2 major प्रश्न येतात ते. First is about Yuri Bab. I know it is difficult for you being alone, just with 2 more supporters of yours from within your party, and the other 4 are from 3 different parties. It is difficult journey, but what is expected with all the pressures or difficulties you say is what is that stopping you as a leader of the opposition to keep this flock first together. Flock is within the Congress first and then next with all the other parties. Why that unity is not manifested as such or is not visible to the people? You may At the end of the day, say no, we are united, but people still don't see. Still, everybody can see through some parameters, figures. Yeah.
कितें आहा पयलीं काँग्रेसीचें उलयता आमगे मरे काँग्रेस पार्टी एक डेमोक्रेटीक पार्टी एवरीवन हैज अ रायट टू रेज देयर वॉयस एंड आई बिलीव that whatever said and done, we are not dictators. People have their views are definitely respected. You can see several people are asked to give their views. I have my view, you might agree, you might disagree. Finally, everything I believe that needs to be done in the interest of the state. Captain Viriato's election, for example, is a classic example where I believe that definitely there was a role played by the Congress party to keep everyone together. Definitely there was a demand that someone from an activist background, someone who has capacity and has the potential should be given the ticket. Definitely there was pressure on us, on the party president. That's why it took so long. But finally we put our foot down. We felt that enough is enough. It had to go to a person. And I believe to that particular episode, we were able to get the ticket being given. That was a demand within at least within South Goa. Ata jenna muddo eta about taking everyone together. See, you can ask every individual MLA. Today, within the opposition, I have not seen individual MLAs as in saying Yuri Alemao has not called me. When there is a session or when there is any program, see, I share a perfect rapport as MLAs, as colleagues with the opposition MLAs. It has always been that my approach that Ami एकठांय जावपाक जाय जायना. We are political parties. It is not like a political sterile environment. It is politics. Everyone has a right to contest. सगळ्या रायट आहा. आनी जेन्ना ही 3 वर्सां जर तर चोयल्यार सदांच आमी I have done my best. I have not boycotted any political party in the opposition. I have always invited in whatever way we can share ideas. In fact, if you look technically, when there were assembly sessions, we've adopted to putting common questions. Some of my colleagues have put common questions from the time I become MLA, common questions in all the sessions with other political parties. Some political parties felt that their party said that we should not gel with the common questions, but we will fight together. There are only common issues. So, what is within my reach as leader of opposition, I have done. What is my reach is to fight for the rights also of the opposition MLAs when they are not given the right to speak. I went for a perfect example. Maybe my party doesn't agree to the views in the past of Revolutionary Goan Party. But the soft corner example that I have for Viresh is because he's genuinely raising issues that are concerned to the state of Goa. But these issues need to be, debated. These debates, to what level we expose the government, we definitely discuss. Before the session, we speak. Which prashni घेतलो, कितें तूं उलयतलो. So this is definitely discussed. It's not put in public domain. But yes, there's a lot of room for vacuum. And finally, Congress party being the principal opposition party, till today, my stand as I'm speaking to you, Anthony Bab, is that we have to be together. But if you see the same thing, the example activist also as activist, you all have different views. Finally, your view might be different, another view might be, but you all are doing it for the sake of Goa. So, to what extent that we need to go together, definitely is something that everyone needs to see. I am open to having an alliance, to do whatever needs to be done in the interest of the state. I have been very practical. Practical means that we need to see where our positives are negatives. But you can't, out of the blue, suddenly shoot and target the Congress party. The party suddenly on issues which are said or statements made in Delhi. अरे आम्ही गोंयकार पहिले गोंयकार पण ते आम्ही राखपाक जाय. Party comes later, and this is what I see is very, very critical. If we make these differences, like some political parties have started.
I'll come to that.
Yeah. So I think finally गोंयकाराक जाय एकठांय जालें आनी सिंपल मॅथमॅटिक्स 63%, 66% गोंयकाराक हे बीजेपी नाकाय. आमी पयर जेन्ना स्पिकरा इलेक्शनाक सांगलें सगळे एकठांय येयल्ले आनी आमी सांगलें की बाबा हिंगा तुमी मेजॉरिटी आसतले पूण भायल्या आमी मेजॉरिटी आहाय. सो दीस 66 तेंगे 50%, 40% तेंगे पडया एकठांय आमी जावपा जाय. आनी आय कॅन सी सम पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज रियलिस्टिकली अंडरस्टँडिंग इट. So Congress party definitely wants to, I believe, have an alliance, but not when you just shoot a stone. And if something Delhi जाले म्हणून हिंग पाड घातले मग जायना. दिल्लीच्या मनशांनी हिंगा जमीन घेन आनी हिंगेन पाड घातला ते पयलीं बंद जावपा जाय.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट मी थँक यू. पहिले देव बरें करूं म्हणटा विथ ऑल द ओपिनियन्स ऑल ओव्हर गोवा एक्टिविस्टांनी जेन्ना वी स्टूड बाय कॅप्टन विर्यातो आणि तुम्ही भरपूर काम केलें आणि टिल द एंड मोमेंट यू फॉट टूथ अँड नेल अँड यू गेव अस अ पॉलिटिशियन फ्रॉम विदीन एन एक्टिविस्ट ऑल्सो. आणि ही आमी आशा बाळगिता की 2027 एक्सक्लुडींग मी ऑफकोर्स फॉर शुअर, बट आमचे एटलिस्ट एक 2-3 जण एक्टिविस्ट कॅन्डिडेटूय जातले म्हणून. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, तूं पळय म्हणटा अबाउट युनिटी. The perception is opposition unity within the assembly and disunity outside the assembly हो एक perception आसा. दुसरें म्हणल्यार तितूनच आनीक एक क्लियर करूंक सोदता. पॉलिटिकल डायनॅमिक म्हणटात बट इट इज सो डायनॅमिक इन गोवा विदीन द ऑपोजिशन वेर पॉलिटिक्स युजली चेंजीस वन्स इन अ इयर. हिंगा पॉलिटिक्स चेंजीस एवरी फोर्टनायट म्हणटा ते भाशेन. रिसंटली आय हॅड इवन heard your statement. It was good statement. You said Manoj Parab, Arjito, that you trust or believe in him or something. And people thought that Congress is coming together. My vision for 2027, for which I am doing all this podcast through the political series, my final question is that we all have to come united, whether it is RG, Aam Aadmi Congress or Goa Forward. Then suddenly we are finding that the balance has tilted. Now RG and Goa Forward is looking like they are combining. There Aam Aadmi was hand in glove with the Congress coming united. Now he is found to be dismantled. So this dynamics is going on changing, and if this goes on changing like that every 4-5 months, don't you think लोक आमचो गोंयकार लोक they will get confused because everybody, recently we had a poll done. The poll was all over the world, of course, because anybody was voting for it. And in that poll, no, Yuri Babu, we found that people want RG, Aam Aadmi, Congress, Goa Forward together. For all the 4 parties to come together in one channel called Quick Goa News, we got almost 70% poll saying that all these people have to come together if you want to uproot this present gundagardi type of a sarkar here.
किती हमारे एक very simple. Right from day one, I have not looked when the MLAs, we look as MLAs. I have not seen party politics. I have kept that away. That is why at any given time I had a belief that I could get all of us together at one particular place, discuss certain issues. When it comes, first of all, you asked about that activist, you all expect 2-3 activists. Definitely. See, activism and you can see several politicians. And activism zata तेन्नाच म्हाका दिसता एक बरे लीडर हावजान येतले इशू तुमगेले जे रेज करपाक जाय खास करून. I am confident that today as I am speaking in 27 then definitely this government will be आमचो सरकार जातलो. Your सरकार Viresh as colleagues I can see the sincerity when he speaks, the voice of a Goenka. Karzanlan uloita. You can make out
Yeah.
what are his views. That is why even during the Pogo bill, we wanted a debate. I made sure that this debate could happen. These are type of mediums that we use or we can use. But overall, I feel that everyone in the opposition knows for a fact that we have to come together. You can see Goa Forward, Vijay Sardesai is already our alliance partner.
But you all both are on different wavelength?
No, we are not on different wavelength. We cannot be on different wavelength. The wavelength has to synchronize. He's definitely one of the senior MLAs, and he is definitely someone who also has a vision. So who's also vocal for local.
Yeah.
These are things that Manoj Parab is also vocal for local. Definitely everyone feels. And there are several things that we have spoken. There are several things. We have not put it in public domain.
Okay.
These are things that I believe. That आज ये डिसिजन केला इलेक्शना 1.5 वर्स आज केला आमको प्रयत्न जातलो आमचे मदें फूट घालपाक जे आम सद्या जाला बीजेपी काम आंत एकठांय जालो नाका हे 1.5 वर्सांत हिंगा गोंयच पॉलिटिक्सां एक वरान चेंज जाता म्हाका उगड आसा जेन्ना हें डिफेक्शन जावपाक जालें ह्याच ऑफिसांत जेन्ना आमी पयलेच आमदार जाले पयलीच मिटींग जेन्ना विरोधी पक्ष नेतेन घेतलें म्हणून लागलो अरे आतां हिंगान काँग्रेसीन रावन कितें फायदा वचपा म्हणून I was shocked. I was shell shocked. In fact, I preferred to stay. I was shell shocked. I went home. So these were things. These were practical. I am a very practical person. Whether I have confidence in the people of my constituency. But you see this formula of dividing. You can see these days that how the BJP is operating. You can take my constituency for instance. For Captain Viriato's election, we got a lead of almost 6,000. Never in the history did Kungolim constituency give such a big lead. But today, the BJP are using muscle power, lakhs of rupees to drop my panchayats. It is sad to see. It is sad to see the way they are trying to, put pressure using money, using muscle. And other political parties that are venturing. Basically, this is all being done with the blessings of the BJP. It cannot be done because the individuals that are put in the forefront today were associated with the BJP in the past. So I can see that एक connection जाला आणि एक म्हाका दिसता की फॉर्म्युला एक आसपाक जाय की आमी एकठांय रावन रिजनल पार्टी जावं नॅशनल पार्टी जावं आमी पयले गोंयकार. And that I have told my party also that we have to together fight this election. And our party is very clear because एक तुका सांगता example जेन्ना parliamentary election जाले तेज नंतर जिल्हा इलेक्शन आच्या वेळार ते सीट आम आदमी वचपाक I was practical. I went to for their nomination. I was the only person in fact. So I don't have any difference absolutely, but one cannot blame the Congress party for what has happened in Delhi, what is going to happen in Punjab, what is going to happen in other states. And तेज हिंगा TMC येयल्ली तुवें चोयलें TMC नेन कितें जाल्लें इतले कोट्यांनी पयशे हें करून they took that particular vote share. So we are together here. All of us, I am confident that people who are responsible and want goinche ek हें करून along with the activists, everyone, and I congratulate all of you all because तुम्ही एक movement केला activistani. So we are definitely, it is your duty to keep us on our toes, and that is your democratic right to speak. But at the same time, all the political parties should understand that united we stand, divided we fall. And this dharma needs to be basically taken forward. Whatever the proposals, we have not received any proposals from any political parties. We are anticipating a letter from Manoj Parab, as he has said. They have got something Goa-centric, relating to Pogo, relating to lands, relating to unemployment. These are, you see, things that we are anticipating. I am definitely sure that everything, the dots need to connect. They will connect. We are in touch. I would not like to spill out all the beans because this is giving advantage to the BJP.
Okay. Now we are coming to the end of our podcast. The final question I want to know. What makes you think, or what do you put in front of the people that people of Goa should trust Congress all over again. When I say all over again, keeping in mind the two betrayal that has been done. I understand it is not by the Congress, by the individuals. But then when you give tickets to such individuals who have been tainted sometimes, and then they run, what will you tell the people? Why should the people again trust you and come back to you?
See,
Because they have the option now.
Kedat Mare, if you look at it, number one, the Congress, defection zale. It has been engineered, it has been produced, directed, financially, BJP. Number one.
You can't all the time blame BJP.
ऐक आता हांव कॉन्शियन्स मुगे क्लियर आहा बाबा एल्टन बाबागे क्लियर आहा कालूस बाबागे क्लियर आहा आमी रावले लोकां पासत आमकां फाल्यां लोकांन जरी तो 27 गोरदाळे प्रॉब्लम ना आमी आमगेलें विजन सिंपल आसा यू कॅनॉट स्टॉप एनीवन मूविंग अराउंड बट आय फील दॅट द पीपल शुड अंडरस्टँड दॅट देर हॅज टू बी अ क्लियर मेजॉरिटी. The BJP is enrolling till 2029. They will definitely do all the mechanisms. We as the Congress party, yes, we need to filter people who have baggage, who can be pulled. Today I have no baggage with me. My image is clean. Although the BJP is working an extra mile to put surveillance on me, to put other agencies of
Let me interject. Recently, when Sri Kejriwal came to Goa just yesterday, day first day, he was also giving a picture about some of your leaders who are dealing in mining and all, and he was directing towards that side.
See, Mr. Kejriwal came, and with the highest respect to him, I believe that of the little that I know, Amit Patkar, our party president, is into the mining business. They get Ajya time. 2012 onwards, he was not into politics. This particular matter of the ore that he purchased, I believe was somewhere around 17, 18 or 19, 20. Now this permission for him, it was through an auction, was not given. He had to go to the High Court. And there is a direction of the High Court directing the government to give that permission. So no one can stop someone to do legitimate business. Just I don't know, there are practically 2 mines that are started. And he I don't see any.
He has given the clarification.
So, तेजे पयली कोणान कित केलें आनी मुखार कित कोत्तले, we need to prove it. I believe he had to go to the High Court of the little letter, and there is a High Court order in his favor asking the state government to make sure that this has been given. So, what is my past? If म्हणजे आमी गोंयकारान धंदो करपा न्हू गोंयकारान सगळे भायले मनीस हाडपाचे आतां बीजेपीन कितें केलां मायनिंगान सेजा गोवा मायनिंगान सगळे शैतान दी कायतान ओ ओ ओ ओ खूब शैतान ओ हे सगळे भायले येवपाचे गोंयकारान कांय करप न्हू गोंयकारान बिजनेस करप न्हू ट्रक गोंयकारांक येवपा न्हू हे सगळे ट्रक घेवन येताय मेशीन घेवन येताय प्लांट घेवन येताय आमी गोंयकारान कितें करप सो आमच्या राज्यांत जरी तर आमकां जरी तर रायट ना कोणा रायट ना See, everyone has a right to make an allegation. You make an allegation, I think he has proved his point. Now, beyond this...
let's come to that point. What will make you to bring the people back to you?
No, see, it is not rocket science. The people today need to understand. Ami amgele burgie, natu hai. Tomorrow, I fear what my son, when he grows up, will ask me, what the hell were you doing when you were leader of opposition? Why didn't you get everyone together?
Yes.
To decide. Definitely, everyone's profiles will be scanned and looked before giving tickets. But the Congress party has done so much for the state in the last 50 years. Is that the Congress leaders in the past have not created the second generation leaders. Young leaders, they have not created. So the connect that was disconnected with the youth. Why would a youth of 18 to 35, that is about 40-45% in the state of Goa, vote for the Congress? These are things that today we are fighting. What that the Congress party will definitely take everyone together, all the other political parties, and we need a clear majority. That is when I believe the stable government will happen. It is in the people's hand.
Now, Dev Bhara Kuru Tuka Yuri Bab,
Yeah,
and
Tuka,
it is
Tuka.
my pleasure meeting you.
Yes.
And on behalf of all the activists also, today I am sitting maybe as a person, as a host to Bab Yuri Alemao. But at the heart of it, that blood of that activism, I also want to thank you for this. But from the activists' viewpoint, it's either we all four parties come together or none of the parties is going to cross 2-digit seats. That is what the people's perception is. Even if it will mean Congress going alone, it is not, we feel it is not possible.
See, our view is also that the Congress doesn't want to go alone. The Congress wants to take everyone along. But everyone should also be realistic. We should look at what is our positive, what is our negative.
So-
it has to be realistic, and definitely we are in talks. I do not want to put all that. I
we
believe
don't
today in
put,
public domain.
but what I'm saying is, what stops you all from coming together and having a meeting with 3-4 people who can mediate between all the 4 parties?
No, it has. I believe that process is already. The process has started.
Okay.
It is work in
Then
progress.
it's a good.
When would it be announced publicly?
Okay.
The elections are about a year and a half. But definitely we are looking at taking everyone along. in the
Yes.
principle
Earlier
of-
the better.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dev Bhara Guru Sahab.
Thank you.
It's my honor to meet you today because
Same
leader
here.
of the opposition, minister.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.